there, Justin. We're out inside of the national headquarters here, and if you look out behind us, we'll kind of step out of the way there. You can see the giant stage show. You can see the lakes that the kids will be boating and fishing on. And over to the left of the screen, right of the screen, you'll see the campsite that's called Charlie. And it's going up one tent at a time.
Tent City.
It is absolutely Tent City there at the moment, guys. I'm just going to go and have an estimate. I'd say about 200 or 300 tents already up there.
Oh yeah, and that was an empty field this morning.
That looks awesome. Now, guys, I've seen some crazy dancing last night as well from the BSA medical team and yourselves. You're definitely having a party before all the young scouts arrive.
Well, what you saw last night was the what do they call it?
Bash. It was called the Echo Bash.
Okay.
Base Camp Bash. Yeah, Base Camp Bash. And they had a wonderful band play. They gave out ice cream. We listened. The kids were dancing. We just had a great time, Justin.
Lots of messages from the leadership of the Jamboree, instilling in us the fact that we are here to make this the best possible event for these kids.
What time did you guys get to bed then after this party?
Oh, it wasn't that late. They shut it down about 10:30, I guess. I personally was in the sack by 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
We spent some time on the phone with an old friend of ours out together, and other than that, we went to bed pretty early.
So behind us is the big stage. Now, this whole hill, I guess, is going to be covered in scouts for the launch.
That's right. For the show on Saturday, with scouts and leaders and staff and guests, we're expecting between 60 and 70,000 people to fill up this entire area.
So everything really kicks off on Saturday. The scouts really come in, set up today, and when's the launch? The launch is on Saturday then.
Well, some of the program areas are actually open today,
now,
right?
yeah.
So they're the ones that came in early. Their tents are set up, their campsites are set up, and now they're out running around having a good time. So they'll participate in some of the activities. I've seen some kids over here that were on the climbing walls and so forth as I came over this way. But the Jamboree is beginning. It's not quite full force yet, but tomorrow morning, look out. It's going to be great.
And on the trails.
Does the kayaking and the water activities happen in that lake behind you?
Yes. Right now, last year, if you were here, or last Jamboree, this lake had the dragon boat racing going on. And this year, it's either not here or not moved. I haven't figured out what they've done with that. But now they've got all the fishing is done right down below us.
Nice.
So fly fishing, regular fishing,
and now I guess that we have about 3 or 4, maybe 6 different screens pointing in different directions behind you at the stage. So this can boom out across the whole campsite, I can imagine.
Yeah.
They're still putting it together. Everything is going to project out to the front audience. They're still assembling things. Just before you called, they were testing the bass, and we were worried that you wouldn't be able to hear us or us to hear you through this process because it is loud.
It's booming.
This place is going to rock when the opening show takes over.
Now, I've seen some of the guys already arriving. The first bus arrived, I'd say it was near midnight, I guess, in your time, where some of the first buses were arriving. It was early hours of the morning.
I think the first buses came in 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Eastern time, and they're still rolling in.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be 600 buses altogether, and we just see them up on the hill. They keep coming by and coming by.
Good thing this is high def, They're constantly moving behind us.
So right behind you, right over that lake and behind the trees is the welcome center, I guess.
Well, what you're seeing over there, Justin, I'll step out of the way. What you're seeing way over there is the headquarters for the camp, and that's just recently built. It's new from last year.
Wow.
Pigot building.
Yeah. Call it the pig for short.
It looks absolutely awesome. I see people down there down the hill. They look it's going to be absolutely amazing. Massive, massive. I seen the other thing I seen earlier on Facebook was your trading post. Now it's not a small little tent. That looks like an absolute market stall. It's huge.
Oh, it's very large. Anything having to do with scouting and the Jamboree you can find in that store.
And what you don't understand too is that there are several trading posts, not just one. We have a staff trading post. There's a trading post actually just down the hill here, and the one behind us where we're located is the big giant trading post.
You can buy everything having to do with Jamboree and scouting.
Yep.
Let's talk about that for a moment, because the way I remember in the last couple of Jamborees is the scouts have a little band on their arm and they can just barcode it and they can pay for purchases. They don't have to carry money.
They could. I haven't heard of that. I'm the contingent leader for our scout troop from our council, and that was not an option that we were given for the most part, because most credit cards now are chipped and can be scanned. And the one way they were trying to do is to manage money mom and dad were sending with their kids. Instead of losing it, they would always have it. It's kind of like traveler's checks.
Very good, yes.
Sure. Now we'll show you this here. You can get your very own gift card that you can spend here at the Jamboree. It's got the logo on it, all that good stuff. So that way the kids don't have to actually carry cash. Does that make sense?
That looks
now.
Well, you know,
or came from Bill.
Yeah, so how
Bill
much?
sharing that with us.
The great thing is, I guess with that card, all individually stamped with different scouts, if mum or dad needs to top it up during the week, it can be as simple as load it up again and it's ready to go.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good system, and they can use that. There's also retail food here. Like if a kid wants to stop at one of the retail vendors and buy a pizza or buy hamburgers, hot dogs,
Ice
whatever.
cream.
Ice cream. Oh, yeah, ice cream. So they can use that too.
If your patrol leader can't cook, or your cooking patrol can't cook, you can just be nice and say, okay, yeah, that was a little burnt, and you can go off and get your own pizza.
It
You
can
know,
work that way.
Yeah, I was going to say that's guaranteed to probably happen because they're trying out a whole new food distribution system this year at the Jamboree in preparation for the World Jamboree in 2019. So there's going to be a lot of probably, hey, let's go see what that pizza's doing over there.
Exactly.
You know, Justin, a lot of the things at the Jamboree this year are going to be on the World Jamboree model because they're sort of practicing. That's I don't think that's a hidden secret or anything. They're sort of practicing.
It is a practice run for the World Jamboree. Let's not deny it.
There's a team of people here specifically running through scenarios to make sure that things will happen without a flaw.
So, as Ed was saying even to me earlier off mic, the Dream Team is around. We're hoping to catch up with some of the members of the World Jamboree Dream Team.
Well, I was confirmed today that will happen. I spoke with the gentleman that's sort of in charge of them. You know, the Dream Team is youth, and I spoke with the gentleman, and he has confirmed and actually sent me the telephone numbers of several of them. So we'll work that out, and maybe a broadcast or two down the road there, and we will definitely have the Dream Team.
Now, so any more ideas of who's going to be the opening band for the we want to have the first right on this.
Closely guarded.
It is so guarded.
Secret.
If you have an event manager or your events tab on Facebook, go and look because there is an advertisement there that gives you an idea of what one of the groups that might be performing is going to be.
You heard it first on Scouting Radio.
Well,
we're using Facebook, you know.
We won't say, you know, but
we're just trying to not be the fake news, so we're going to try to keep it real.
Yeah,
we never have fake news. If all else fails, we have Ed to sing on stage as well.
Yeah,
I will sing, absolutely.
we'll be there.
I'll sing "Take Me Home, Country Road."
Well, one of the songs that opened nearly every QBSA Jamboree was Country Roads. I think we'll have to play it some day on Scouting Radio as well.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
absolutely.
We're in big, beautiful West Virginia. What else are you going to do?
One of the questions that came in earlier on, guys, from our listeners is, are you allowed to have open fires at the Jamboree?
Not in the campsites. There are a couple of places like Brown Sea Island encampment. You may see some there where they do the blacksmithing and so forth. They use forges.
The Order of the Arrow.
Order of the Arrow has a campfire. That's true. So other than that, if it's not a programmed event, the answer to that is no.
Okay, because some people were saying, how do you fit 40,000 people around a campfire circle?
Well, that's what this is.
We got to make.
Think of this as a giant campfire circle.
It's going to be a virtual campfire, I guess, on screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Electronics all the way.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking, when they had the 2013 and they had the 100th anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Not 2013, 2010. They had the 100th anniversary. They had a big campfire down in the front, or actually would have been to the right of the stage. So that was a big deal there. But as far as campfires, no open flames. They will cook on fueled stoves, propane stoves. In my day, I remember when I went to Jamboree back in the day, we had to use charcoal.
Yeah, I actually have one of the original stoves that they cooked on, where you pump them up and they use the white fuel.
White
Still
fuel,
in the box.
Like gas.
One of my great finds through my scouting days.
Hey everyone, I'm here at the 2017 National BSA Jamboree. Come check out our 2019 World Scout booth. It's in the Summit Center. Why don't we come on in and see what we're doing? So here you can learn how to do friendship knots. Diana is currently showing them how to do it. Okay, so you go like this, this one, and then you do this one, why don't you explain what we have here?
Hi! So this is the Valero challenge. This is a Mexican handcraft. And what you have to do is try to put the Valero inside the stick. So what you do is hold it like this, make sure the rope is straight, and then, well, you can try. So yeah. So, say hi!
Hi. Oh, I have a horse.
And over here.
Hola! Hola! David, explain the picture system to them.
Over here. My friends. So Trevor, what are you doing here?
Right here we got our photo booth. So we're here over with our friends. We got Nathan and Gilad or Gilad. And what we're doing is we're taking pictures, and then we're going to take it over by this green screen, and then you can either go to Canada, the US, or Mexico, which are the 3 countries that are going to be hosting the World Jamboree in 2019. Alright guys, let's get that picture. Right.
And if you have your passport, you can make sure to get a stamp here by one of our workers, so I guess it's me right now. And if you're interested in coming to the 2019 World Scout Jamboree, which we hope you are, here's where you sign up for the U.S. contingent in Michelle. Hola! Alrighty, so make sure you stop by our booth. We'll be here all week. Bye!
Sorry about that, Justin. We had a little technical difficulty. It was getting so hot here that the camera couldn't take it, so we've had to step inside in some shade. I'd say it's approaching 90 here. It's in the upper 80s anyway.
The device sitting in the hot sun, it couldn't take the heat.
We don't.
We're still hanging.
We don't need high definition cameras. We have an iPhone that is doing the exact same thing at the Jamboree. So, okay, we're now inside. So tell us, what tent are you inside? Are you inside the media tent at the moment?
We're in the Boys Life Media Experience tent, and they're doing 2 things. They have hometown news, which scouts can come in and write for their local newspapers, and then they're doing actually a newscast, which will go out on the Boys Life Facebook page, going out at 6 o'clock Eastern time.
Which is only a couple of hours' time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually mixing everything down right now.
They're working on it right, even as we speak, getting everything ready.
Many scouts to be hometown reporters on site that's ready to go today?
As the Jamboree gets moving, yes.
Yeah.
Right now, things are just starting up, and the hometown news and the Boys Life team have been out scouring the countryside for articles.
It sounds awesome. Now, I forget what we were talking about before we had the little technical difficulty. We were talking about the blade of grass. You won't see a blade of grass because everyone will be setting up little blankets to trade badges and whatnot. Is there any special badge that is the real hard to get at the Jamboree?
Well, we don't know yet. That always changes year to year, Jamboree to Jamboree. So we'll have to watch and see. There'll be some popular ones. I think some of the councils have already, had them out for quite a while raising funds. And one of the ones that I saw that's been real popular on the internet, just buying it off Facebook and stuff, is the Atlanta Area Council, which features the zoo down in Atlanta. It's very, very impressive.
There's usually the Star Wars patches.
Yeah, Marvel Comics.
Marvel Comics.
There's one, the council from Utah usually features dinosaurs.
Yeah. And you have the 08 contingents with their, and those patches are usually very, very ornamental.
Now, I've from what I've seen with your patch collections, usually the OA ones have so many of the badge flap ones that, it goes back from chapter to chapter, going all the way back, and there's some very rare ones as well. The one thing that really impressed me with Boy Scouts of America badges is they're usually 100% embroidered. There's no woven, it's just embroidered material. Yeah, heavy badges.
Really good patch company.
So
my son came in today, and his troop is here, and they're over there setting up in Camp Bravo. So I'm going to go from here over, and I'm going to visit my son in Camp Bravo, and then I'm going to try to find a way back to Echo Camp for dinner.
Yeah, today's going to be fairly simple for us. Tomorrow, though, after we're done our radio show, we're heading to Camp Bravo for our first Boys Life party machine entertainment night. So,
okay, you better tell the guys, a big promotion to this. What is in store for the Scouts?
For the party machine?
Yeah.
Fun,
music,
fun,
games,
dancing,
fun, contests.
Did we mention fun?
Lots of fun.
So, we're going to have fun. We're going to try to stir it up. The window is this big, but we have to try to fill. We're going to try to fill that with as much entertainment as we can.
So loud music, lots of dancing, lots of giveaways.
Party.
Yeah.
Contest for sure, definitely.
We're
going to be giving Boys Life gifts away, so the kids, if they win anything, they'll have to come here to the tent to collect it.
That's when you rope them in and just do a video recording with them and get them on board. I like it. It's all getting them to the tent. There for thinking.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, I better let you get back. I'm sure Brandon wants some money on his card to do some shopping in the trading post, Ed.
All right, we'll get you something. We'll get you something and send it over.
Yeah.
Said he spent all his money already.
Oh, me?
Brandon.
Oh, no, not yet. Brandon, he's got some money, but I'm sure he's pretty frugal. Scout is thrifty, as you know. But he'd actually bought some things prior to the Jamboree we could pre-order. And the one thing he didn't pre-order was a neckerchief, and I've already bought him that. Which reminds me, I didn't wear my scouting radio neckerchief today, so I'll make up for that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I've seen loads of photos of you walking around the campsite with the necker on. I want to see... The one thing that I always love every time I see a Boy Scouts of America Jamboree is the camp gateways. They are so amazing. It's not just simple tripod and a bar on top. It's usually got to do with the state that they have come from. It's absolutely amazing. Totem poles and camp gateways. That's probably taken years to design.
Well, a lot of that's changed now due to risk management and safety. Those huge gateways are now 1 foot by 8 foot banners signifying where the kids' troops and where their councils are from.
Who do I talk to in health and safety to get that? I used to love them.
Yeah.
Oh, we do too.
Yeah,
I remember, I think it was 2001. I just walked around and did nothing but shoot pictures of all these incredible gateways
Oh,
that
that
you've
was
been.
great.
My
Yeah.
troop actually built an entire.
Oh, like it's so disappointing to see that gone. Well, we have to make new memories, so I guess the banners just have to be just as good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing. You know,
You
make
have
them.
to make nice banners.
Now, is there going to be a load of pyrotechnics at the stage later on?
We hope. We
hope,
were looking.
yeah.
We talked about that earlier, and we're looking at because we could see the top of the stage from here.
Yeah.
And there doesn't look to be anything set up yet, but that's not to say it won't.
And with
Jamboree has a wonderful fireworks display.
waiting on the confirmation.
I do know Zambelli will be the ones doing it because
Yeah.
when we checked in and we were trying to get our access passes, they were reading through the list, and Zambelli.
Zambelli is one of them.
Aha. It's on Scouting Radio.
Tomorrow
We'll
we'll
talk
give
to
you
you
some
tomorrow.
information, maybe some good video.
Excellent. Thanks a million, guys.
Dungmiddle live from Sydney International Airport, where we await the contingent arriving back from Norway, back to Australia after a month-long adventure overseas. I can't wait to see them, especially Zayden. I'm looking forward to seeing Zayden. It's been an hour away, so I'm getting really excited. We've come down from the Gold Coast to catch up with him, to bring him home, and yeah, it's really exciting. So I can't wait to see him. I thought I'd fill you in on where I am. Sydney Airport is so exciting. So representing Ashmore, here we are to pick up our Zay Zay. So again, a big cheerio to everyone on the contingent. Thank you for having Zayden, and I'm glad, or I hope you guys had just as much time as I can imagine Zayden did. So we look forward to catching up with you guys, and yeah, keeping in touch in the future, because you guys had an awesome adventure. So I can't wait to hear about them, and then we'll have a chat today. They've landed, we're waiting, so it's very quiet in here at the moment, but I can tell you now they're going to be coming very soon. There are a lot of excited parents around here, which is really exciting too, and it's really good. There's about 40 of them. I didn't know there was 40 here, so that's even better. I've even met a couple of the drop bear parents, so we've exchanged stories already, guys. So there you go. So waiting for them. Hello. Waiting for him, and we'll be back soon with our Zayden. Here with Zayden, who's been over to Norway with the Scout Jamboree over there. How you going, Zayden?
Yeah, pretty good.
That's the way. How was your trip, mate? It was massive by the looks of it.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. How'd you go? Tell us about your journey. So you arrive in Norway, then what happens? What'd you go through over there?
So after we got off the flight, we went to a hotel place, and for the day we toured around Oslo a bit. And then we went back to the hotel place to where we were storing our bags, and our host families came and collected us. So then we went to their houses, got all our gear out, and from there on we just started doing stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. So you did some homestay before you actually went to the Jamboree, is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. How was the food? The food's always a question. You travel the world. What was the food like in Norway?
The food, it tasted good. It looked really weird, and like every meal was kind of the same though. So like you never really you got to try new things, but like only once.
Oh, and of course you took Vegemite. How'd you go with that? You took Vegemite over there. It's a bit of an Australian tradition. Try our Vegemite. How'd you go with that?
Yeah, really good. After I gave it to them, and they tried it, they all put on really cringy faces, and they said game on. The next day they brought over these Norwegian lollies that were felt like a room full of salt compacted into one small lolly.
And did you like it, but?
No.
No.
Not at all.
But generally with a Vegemite, we put it on as a spread, so we put it on bread or toast. Did you just give it straight to them and just go, here, try this?
Yeah, for the first time they tried it, they all grabbed a spoon each, a big tablespoon, and tried it like that. The father, he grabbed the biggest spoon of it. A full tablespoon. The rest of the family just did a small bit because they saw him go, and they're like, oh, okay. So yeah.
And as I said, traditionally we put it on toast or something.
Yeah.
So did they get to try it on toast? And how did you, after you tricked them as we all do?
Yeah, well they tried it on toast because I said you don't just have it on toast. Just on like a spoon. You have it on toast as well. So they tried that, and I also told them sometimes you can have it with avocado and stuff. So she said sure, and they bought avocado, and yeah, so their avocados are really hard, and yeah.
So what'd you do? Did you mash it up and spread it, or what'd you do?
Well, I tried mashing one up, and it flung to the other side of the room. It was like, yeah.
They're not as soft as they are here, obviously.
No.
Okay. How'd you go with the language? Did you understand the language over there? Did they speak English, or how does it work?
They all spoke English. Like some of the older, like over 50s, like didn't really understand that much because they didn't really learn it when they were in school. But yeah, they all understood English practically, and I learnt a bit of their language. So.
How'd you go walking down the street? Could you walk down the street and you could hear the Norwegians talking, and you're sort of like, oh, that's interesting, or did you get to experience that?
Yeah, well, like walking down the street is kind of odd because everyone's just speaking in a different language.
And what about when the first time you hear a bit of an English in the background? Do you sort of twig up and go, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Especially when we came home from Norway. At the airport, just the Sydney airport, the speakers speaking in actual Australian, not just English, but an accent of Australian, so it made me feel like I was home.
And we've been following obviously the Nord 17 on the internet and seeing some of the views that we saw. How'd you go? What was some of the views or the mountains and the waterfalls? What's something that stuck in your head that you'll have that mental photo of forever?
Well, practically all of Norway. It was all beautiful, but one of the best bits was when I went to a mountain. We climbed a mountain that was 600 meters above sea level. It was like a 4K hike, and it was just it was beautiful, everywhere. Climbing up it just looks great.
Because it's a bit different to what we have here, obviously, the views and what you had. You got to go on a boat as well. You got to do a cruise. What was the name of the boat or the ship?
It was called the Hurtigruten, and we went from Buda to, I think it was Tromsø or something. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay, so did you miss home while you were away? You were away for a whole month. Can you tell me if you missed home at all, or what was going through your mind?
No, I didn't really miss home. It was more like, what a wonderful place in Norway.
Oh, really? Norway. And Norway, they say, is the happiest place in the earth. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, apparently. It's a very happy place, yeah.
Oh, that's
Everyone's
awesome.
walking down the streets with smiles and...
Yeah. So, you're in the Drop Bears Patrol. Can you tell me, did you convince the Norwegians that drop bears really exist? And when we say drop bears, we're referring to koalas, and we call them drop bears here. But did you convince the Norwegians that drop bears exist?
Well, I convinced about 10 or 20 of them, that what they were, that they were mini bears that kind of looked like koalas, and they had massive claws, and they would just jump on you and start clawing your face off.
So has that put them coming off to visit us in Australia, or what's the go there?
No, because eventually they would find out that they were fake.
Ah. So you've been away for a month. So are you ready to go back to school yet?
Yeah, I'm still a bit tired, so not right now, but yeah.
So you've had a massive trip. So you've gone from Oslo to Bangkok to Sydney, overnight stay in Sydney, and then back to the Gold Coast. So obviously a bit jet lag. So how long have you slept all day today?
Today I had a massive sleep. I slept 16 hours apparently, and yeah.
Oh, there you go. So visiting Sydney. Now, if you don't know, Zayden missed out on going to AJ 2016. He did break his leg, and we did get to speak, or you guys got to speak to him back in 2016 about the AJ experience and missing out. So then he's obviously gone to New Zealand and then Norway. So you didn't quite get to go to Sydney for AJ. How'd the highlights in Sydney go? You got to see some of the city, is that correct?
Yeah, well, about 11:30 p.m, me and my dad went into town at Sydney pretty late, and we saw the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the
Sydney Opera House?
Yeah, Sydney Opera House, that one.
And how was that? I bet you didn't have to line up for anything and there was perfect views for photos.
Yeah, it was a great photo opportunity and no one was there, so it wasn't like really crowded.
Oh, that's awesome. So, washing. How much washing did you have when you come home?
A lot.
A lot? Who did your washing?
My grandma.
Go, Grandma.
Yeah.
Did you get to do washing while you're over there?
Yes, but not really at the camp. Like, on the Jamboree, not really. And one advice, if you're going to Norway for another Jamboree, bring a lot of thin socks.
Thin socks?
Yes.
But that's in summertime, is that correct?
Yeah, summertime, not to winter. Winter brings thick socks.
Now, everyone's asking, I can tell now, what is your next adventure? Where do you want to go next and what's the plan?
I'm hoping to make it to the England Jamboree 2018 and then to the New Zealand Venture and World Jamboree in 2019.
Wow, that's massive. That's massive. So some of you guys out there are probably going to catch up with Zay on his adventures. You can keep in touch with Zay's adventures as such via Facebook. He's got Zay's Jamborees. Look him up on Facebook. Is there anybody you want to thank before we finish up here?
Yeah, I want to thank all the leaders that organised it. Bjorn and Heidi, they kind of ran the start of like the first bit, and like all the other leaders that just helped, and my line leaders, Chewy and Diggy, they were like helpful as well. They helped me, so yeah.
Awesome. And just I'll take the opportunity as well to say a big thank you to Justin. Thank you, Justin. Scouting Radio, thanks for giving us the opportunity to talk to Zayden. If you're not following him already, check out the website, scoutingradio.com. Again, thank you again. Dung Beetle Live with Zayden. High five, dude. Thank you for coming.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. Hey, Mum. Hey, Dad. Missed you. Love you.
My bonnie lies over the ocean, so bring back my bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my bonnie to me, Bring back, oh bring back my bonnie to me. Okay? You can always start the way you finish. Alright? So, I'm going to hand the time, do it on your own, to do it faster. So it goes. My bonnie lies over the ocean. My bonnie lies over the sea. My bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my bonnie to me, Bring back, oh bring back my bonnie to me. You should be sitting, you should be standing. Next one. Okay. One more time, really fast. Right? So it goes. My body lies over the ocean. My body lies over the sea. My body lies over the ocean. So bring back my body to me. Bring back, oh bring back my body to me, Bring back, oh bring back my body to me. Kind of go there. Girls, sit down. Do you have a hand there?